about inclusiveness. It's not about partisanship. We need to put that in perspective. You see, when we talk, it's not an Edo concept. It's not a Benin concept. It is not a Edo gubernatorial election concept, inclusiveness. It's a globally recognized and acceptable concept. You know, for our elections to be fair, to be credible, it has to be free, fair. It has to be inclusive.
Inclusive.
The question is, when we talk about inclusive governance or inclusive elections that lead to inclusive governance, what is the concept? What are the issues? I think that there are two things that this partisanship ignores. Number one is that classically, it's about representation of every segment of society, particularly three: the youths, women, and persons with disabilities.
Disabilities, yeah. They must all be captured.
If you talk about inclusiveness and all we're talking about is partisanship, then we have missed the point altogether.
True.
The question has to be asked. That's the first point. I'll go to this point just to push it a little further. The second point is that elections are a kind of referendum on the performance of incumbents, either at the level of individuals, maybe if you a second term in office, or the political parties they belong to. But the issue is, that's not the same thing. Yes, elections are referendum, but that is not the concept of inclusiveness. So if we now leave inclusiveness and talk about the referendum on performance, or on, so we have missed the point altogether. I think that maybe we can a bit lay down the partisanship and talk about inclusiveness. It will help.
Yes, we are all about inclusiveness in governance.
Yes,
and so we are looking at who the cap fits. We are looking at how to make sure that we capture this even in their manifestos, and how we make sure we capture this in their programs and policies.
Yeah, so when it comes to the elections, for example, Edo, September, just less than 3 weeks, 21st, 2024 general election, Governor Obaseki is not on the ticket. So it's not, it should not be about Obaseki. I think it should not be about Obaseki.
It's not about Obaseki, but it's about the party.
Yes. So maybe we look at, we want to examine maybe the candidates themselves or the political parties they belong to. That's the first thing. On that concept, we want to say, okay, for the 17 parties, I think, that are contesting the elections, how many of them are featuring women, youths, and persons with disability as candidates, either as the premier candidate, the gubernatorial candidate, or the running mate? How many of them are doing that? You will find out that almost all these arguments will pale into a significant, because I don't want to go specifics, but these are the issues we should be looking at, because it's very easy to color conversations around the partisanships, miss the point. But on the basis of women, youths, and which of them have, for example, persons with disability, 16% of the population. The World Health Organization says that in a given society, at least 16% of the people are persons with disability, at least 16%. Now, in this election, there are about 2.69 million registered voters. If you take the statistics, close to about 500,000 of those are persons with disabilities. Going by that, how many of them, which of the parties have taken this into cognizance in the choice of their gubernatorial candidate and in the choice of their running mates?
Exactly.
These are the issues you should be looking at.